Hello residents. Today I'm going to give you a few helpful tips and tricks to help you take care of your apartment. First off, we're going to start with the toilet. Only thing that should be flushed down the toilet is going to be toilet paper. You should not be flushing any paper towels, any Kleenex, feminine hygiene products, or flushable wipes. I know that's kind of an oxymoron, but flushable wipes should not be flushed down the toilet. If you do get a clog in your toilet, you need a plunger like this, a Bell style one with the flange. If you need one, we can provide it for you. The best way to plunge it is to put the plunger in on an angle so it fills up with water, and then place it over the hole to make a full seal. Press down and do quick short bursts. And that should hopefully, at that point, you'll see the water start going down. You can flush it again. Make sure it's working properly. There is a shut-off valve behind the toilet. This one is a quarter turn valve, where when the handle is parallel to the pipe there, it is open, or you can turn it a quarter turn, and that'll shut it off. There are a couple other styles of valves. There's the multi-turn valve, where if you turn it counterclockwise, it's going to open up your water flow. If you turn it clockwise, that's shutting off the valve. Or there is the push-pull valve, where pushing in the valve turns on the water, pulling off the valve will shut it off. You'll find those underneath every sink for your hot and cold supply. Next thing is your washer and dryer. Washing machine, main tip is to load the clothes into it evenly around the agitator. Otherwise you'll get an unbalanced load and the whole thing will shake. Other thing is not to overload it. Make sure you're only loading it up to the top line of holes there. Anything over that, you could get water coming out of there, or again get an unbalanced load. With the dryer, main thing is you'll find a lint trap in there. There's many different styles of dryers. Sometimes you find it inside the door. Sometimes if it's a side-by-side type washer and dryer, you could find them on the top of it. But clean out your lint trap after every time. It's going to really help keep the time that it takes to dry your clothes down. The other thing is make sure that your dryer, in this case the combo unit, is not pushed back. If you push it back too far, as you see behind there, there is a flexible duct, and if that gets crushed, you will not be able to dry clothes. The air will not be able to escape. So make sure that that is cleared so that it dries properly. All right, next thing is going to be your thermostat. If you have a thermostat like this, you may find a nice little guide in the back there that helps you show you how to operate it. Otherwise, you've got your heat or your cooling mode, depending on what you need. And then you can use the arrows to set your temperature and then hit hold to keep it at that temperature. Your fan should always stay on auto. If you put it on, it's going to constantly run. Your furnace and your air conditioner is still going to work properly, but you'll also have air continually circulating between the cycles of the furnace or air conditioner, which is fine if you want to do it that way, but just so you know, if it is on, it'll constantly be blowing. Next, if you see any water underneath your refrigerator, there's a couple different ways that it could be coming. It could be a leak from the actual refrigerator, or it could be an issue with the draining of the when it goes through a defrost cycle. First thing you want to do though, if you can, is roll out the refrigerator. And there is a valve, same type of valve you'll find throughout your apartment, in the box behind there to shut off the water supply. After that, you can, if that doesn't solve the issue, give us a call. Next is your dishwasher. First things first, when you're loading your dishwasher, you want to make sure not to put too large of items in the area adjacent to where your soap dispenser is. If you put big plates or pans right there, it's going, when this door is closed, it's going to block the door of the soap dispenser, and you're not going to get the soap down in there. and your dishes will not become clean. Second thing is, if you notice it's not draining properly, you're getting a bunch of water in the bottom of the dishwasher. First thing to check would be your air gap, which is up here on your sink. If you pull off the air gap, use something to push in these two little tabs. This top part will pop out there, and you can see there's a little tube in there. Everything that drains out of your dishwasher comes out of this little tube, then back down the larger tube. So if it's not draining, a lot of times you're gonna find debris at the top of this small tube. Use a pen or a knife or something to clear that out, and you should start draining properly after that. If not, again, at that point you can give us a call. Garbage disposal. So with your garbage disposal, there is only a limited number of things you can put down it. It's not going to do well if you have seeds or fibrous objects like lettuce or celery, or even the insides, the fruit part of citrus. You can put citrus rinds down there to help freshen it up. Another thing you can do is throw a handful of ice with some dish soap. That'll help clean up the blades and keep them sharp. But if it is not working, and when you press the button nothing happens, the first thing you do is come underneath the sink, unplug the disposal. You should find a key underneath here for the disposal. If not, we can provide one for you. And then you go to the bottom side of the disposal. You'll find a little red button here. It is an internal breaker for the disposal. If you press it, you'll hear it click. Possibly, if the internal breaker is popped, it'll reset it. And then you can take your key, put it in the center here, and that actually spins the disposal on the inside. And if it's spinning freely and you're not hearing a bunch of debris inside of it, you should be good to plug it back in and start it up. Plug it back in. So then when you come and start it up, make sure you run some water. Always run the water when you're running your disposal. Press the button or hit the switch and listen, and it should be running properly. Look at that there. Let's go over to the windows. If you have oversized blinds like these, they are a little heavier than some smaller ones. When you're lifting them, pulling on the cord, use your other hand to lift the blinds to help so that you're not putting too much tension on these strings. They'll start fraying and breaking, and then you'll have to get new blinds. Next thing is the windows. You want to make sure your windows are fully closed and locked to complete a full seal. Even if the windows are just in the unlocked position, you're not completely sealed and you're going to get air infiltrating from the outside. Let's go to the breaker box. So if you're having issues where some outlets aren't working, you don't have lights working, or appliance goes out, somewhere in your apartment, many times it's in the bedroom behind the door, you're going to find your breaker box. Inside the breaker box, it's going to give you a list of what each breaker controls. They're all numbered, and then if you look over here, all the breakers are numbered. You find the breaker that you think it is, or you can actually go through all of them. If the breaker is popped, it may still look like this. Like this breaker could be in the pop position, but looks like it's on right now. So what you're going to want to do is flip it all the way to the off position, and then back to the on position to see if that solves your electrical issue. You can go through all of them. If that doesn't solve it, again, reach out to us and we can help you from there. If you have any other issues, please feel free to give us a call and we will help you in any way we can. Thanks.